It is cold, man.
The head coach of the Colts is Trevor Challenger. The starting lineup for the Sheridan Bruins. Wearing number 3, a 5'7" guard from Mississippi, John Avery. Wearing number 4, a 6'4" from Mississauga, A.J. Thompson. Wearing number 6, a 6'3" guard from Brampton, Nick Campbell. Wearing number 15, a 6'4" forward from Oakville, James Carlin. Wearing number 21, a 6'4" forward from Brampton, Matthew Deal. The head coach of the Bruins is Jim Flack. Your officials for today are Vince Milledge, Lloyd Eidelman, and Caleb Chua.
And welcome to the Hawks Nest for the OCAA Holiday Festival, East versus West. Best classic here. I'm Josh Rawlings. Alongside me is Sean Togood. We got a matchup between the Centennial Colts and the Sheridan College Bruins. These are two teams that are powerhouses in their respective conferences. You got the Sheridan Bruins in the West that went undefeated last season, and the Centennial Colts this season are doing 4th overall. What do you think this matchup's going to be like, Sean?
Really looking forward to it. It's good to see these two teams who don't really meet that often in this classic. Centennial's looking to make a statement and knock off Sheridan.
Absolutely true. Hard to beat. Sheridan won the tip and with the shot. No good. Good hustle there from both teams. But it's going to stay Colts ball. Sorry, going to say Bruins ball. Inbounded by Deal. Rotation there to Campbell. Thompson for the shot. That's cash. That's 2 for Sheridan. First points on the board there. And a drive there by the Colts straight to the rack. No good though. This is controlled by Campbell. Lots of fumbling, sloppy play to begin. A good take to the cup there by the Colts. And Kendall Wilson starting off their top scorer, averaging 17 points a game this season.
A nice straight line drive there by Wilson.
Starting off well are both teams, lots of high energy. 2-2's the score. 8:55 in the first. Good take to the cup there by Thompson. And the finish. Thompson averages about 12 points per game, shooting 56% from the field. Not bad at all for the first year from Mississauga. Good rebound there by the Colts. Pass to the interior, no good. But went off a Bruin, so it's going to stay Colts ball.
Early on in this game, a lot of nerves might be taking effect for these players. As they settle in, we should see some better handling of the ball.
They're going to feel that early additional nerve as a shot clock violation occurs. Colts just couldn't get that ball. That tough Sheridan defense is hard to get past. Inbounds here by Thompson. Handled by Avery. Rotation there. Campbell with the handle. Shot. Keeping it alive are the Bruins. Excellent hustle there, and it's brought back in by A.J. Thompson, who's been all over the early blueprint of this game. Colts are moving the ball around, trying to get to that interior, that tough Sheridan defense, and driving in right through the lane. It's Alistair Cole. No good, though.
Cole there with the drive, met by the Sheridan defenders, giving him a difficult time to try and lay that one up and in.
Got two blue shirts on him. Doesn't mean an easy layup. Difficult section there. Quick stoppage in play. Looks like the referees are having a conversation. Full court defense being played already by the Colts. But taking it all the way, coast to coast, is John Avery.
That is how you break a full court defense.
Put the Jets on. Ooh, good outstretch there. The good defense there by the Bruins. Taking it out straight up. Is Nick Campbell. Colts are in a bit of a hole. 2-10's the score right now. 7-14 in the first. Good rotation here. Shot there by Parker Brooks. No good.
Out of bounds, Colts ball.
And as I said earlier, these two teams don't play each other much. So early in the game, they're really just feeling what they can take advantage of with the other team.
Same thing that often happens in the NBA. The Eastern teams only get a couple of games to play against the West. It's a lot here. They're still feeling each other out, getting an idea for how they feel. But this Bruins team is playing really well, keeping the defense tight and moving the ball around. Colts really need to focus up. Inbound to DeMahi. Dish to the corner. Drive. No good, just a little soft. Oh, but rebounded again by the Colts. Went up. Fouled is Bailey Burton. He's headed to the line. 5th year for Pickering, Ontario.
And what we've seen early is Sheridan not allowing any easy drives to the bucket, with the defender always there ready in rotation to challenge the shooter.
And Burton hits the first. He's a 72% free throw shooter. Not bad for a forward. And they really are contesting it, making it difficult for the Colts to get into the interior. Ice is the second. 4-10's the score. Bruins were pushing the envelope, but a quick mistake there. Caught by the Colts. Good hustle there. Monty with a shot. Air ball. Moving up the court is Campbell. He's keep putting those Jets on, putting the pressure up early, up and in. It's a good old-fashioned layup. It's the way to do it. Coast to coast. Monty. Wilson with the shot. No good. Boarded by Thompson. Avery with the handle. Deal. Back to Thompson on the interior. Shot by Deal. Off rim. The dish ahead by the Colts. Great play there by Cole. Smart move. Smart move.
That's what happens when you miss a shot. It can go back easily as quickly the other way.
Foul there is going to be called on the Colts. Their first team foul. Substitutions coming in for the Bruins. Carlo Debria subbing in. James Carlin, the second year from Oakville. It's a 45% free throw shooter. He's definitely going to want to work on that.
That's a tough thing for a big man. We see that with a lot of big players. They want to work inside, but funnily enough, they don't really work on their free throw shooting that much.
It is a big problem with the larger players, absolutely. Subbing in for Carlin was Justice Williams for it. Oh, the quick steal by the Colts. No good on the layup, though. Rebounded by Thompson. Pushing the envelope of the Bruins yet again. And good rotation. Oh! Good athletic layup there. And Campbell No good, but he's going to the free throw line, earning his points.
Campbell does a nice job of trying to get inside and fight through that contact, and now he'll go to the line for 2.
Campbell, the free throw line, is a 60% free throw shooter. He's averaging 17 a game. The third year from Brampton. Hits the first one, misses the second. Colts handling. Cole dishes 2. Corner. Little fumble there on the pass. That's out of bounds. That's Bruins' ball. It just went off the hand of Burton. Had his hand on it. Slid out.
Sheridan doing a nice job here of squeezing the baseline, so there was a little window to get that ball through, and he couldn't do it.
Bruins moving the ball well. They've been succeeding offensively all game, getting what they want in the interior. Drive here. No good. Laid up by Thompson. Thompson has just been all around that interior cup.
With the size on the floor for Sheridan, they're really looking to push into the interior.
Brooks, no good on the shot.
And they seem to be getting whatever they want at this point.
And a wide open lane for Justice Williams-Ofori. Making it look easy there for the Bruins. Score is 19-6. Kendall Wilson dishes to the interior. Monty can't find anything. Dishes it back out. Up for Cole, no good. Little fumbling here again. Wilson back with the handle. Over to Parker Brooks, who fumbles it. It's laid up softly by Carlo Debria.
And near the end of the first quarter, we're really seeing the size of Sheridan be a problem for Centennial.
Outstretched hands playing a big factor early as steals and hustles. The Bruins up by a lot, almost by 20. This is difficult as the Colts call timeout. What can the Colts do differently now? They're seeing what Sheridan's brought their full hand out. They're bringing hustle. They're bringing size. What can Centennial do to turn this around, Sean?
It's all about ball movement to try and get the interior defenders to move faster than they're able to. And that is, you can get that ball movement, you can have some wide open shots. But right now, Sheridan's very comfortable playing that interior defense. But when you get those defenders moving around, that's when you can kind of get some breathing space.
And the early play of A.J. Thompson has played a massive factor. Thompson getting those hustle boards, running in the shots, and just really putting pressure on that interior Colts defense. Should they double him up yet or no?
I wouldn't double him up right now. Perhaps if he continues to run rough shot over this game, and then perhaps in the second quarter we could see that adjustment. But he's really putting his stamp on this game right now.
Going to keep an eye on Thompson going forward. Colts possession. Cole inbounds. Some subs came in as well. Wilson dishes to the interior. Burton up. No. Stuffed. Again. No good. Good hustle there by the Bruins. Tight defense being played all the way up the court by the Colts. Grant Lake dishes to Deal. No good. Deal gets it back again. To the interior. Williams-Ofori. And the layup and one. He's headed to the line. Got the slap and the shot.
That's some real concentration to be able to fight through that contact and get enough on that shot to get it up and go to the line for a third.
Navdeep Deal subs out. Subbing in, Jamar Parkinson. Offensive board there by the Bruins for 3. Yes. It's Carlo Debria. That's a lucky catch there for the Bruins. And a little bit more sloppy play for the Colts. Coach Challenger might not be happy about the current play of his players.
I think after that timeout, he was expecting his players to really come out with some energy that's not really here right now.
Tevin Timothy with the layup. Previously listed as a player that was not traveling, has subbed in for a few injured players for the Colts. That's an air ball there for Wilson. He's been struggling early as the top scorer for the Colts. Do you think they should be looking for a second option?
It's really difficult when you're a team whose top scorer is struggling. It's really time for secondary scorers to try and step up here and get some of it back for the Colts.
No good for the Bruins. Going the other way is Yusuf Cole. Alistair Cole, excuse me. Carlos Debria with the handle to the interior. Williams Ofori gets the lucky bounce. He's been getting those here and there.
A nice move and a nice kind roll from the rim.
It's going to be a kickball there on the Bruins. Possession back there to the Colts. We're seeing a little bit of a surge here for the Colts. They're down 20, but the energy's there.
The energy has picked up for sure, and we'll see if they can get a couple of stops here to sort of bring themselves back into the game.
It's another mistake there by the Colts. Substitutions coming in for the Bruins as Tremaine Hibbert subs in, the third year from Brampton. Actually, looking at the Sheridan roster, majority of the players are from the Brampton, Mississauga area. Very interesting to see. Debria to the interior, no good. Burton with the handle. Driving. Stuffed. Rebounded again by the Colts. Cole, no good. Handled by Grant Lake. Debris in the corner. Fakes it. Back out to Edwards. Keeping it moving to Parkinson. Over to Hibbert. Debris. A shot there by Parkinson, no good. Rebounded by Hibbert, no good. Caught there by Grant Lake, and it's in. Ooh, 32-10 score right now, and the Bruins are dominating the interior of the Centennial Colts. Good drive there by Alistair Cole. Play was called dead on the floor. It's going to be foul called on the Bruins. It's going to be on Jamar Parkinson. That's his first.
A nice drive there to try and take it right to the rim and blow by the defender.
Inbounded by the Colts. They've been struggling to get it going offensively, only scoring 10 points. Hopefully Kendall Wilson can get it going. No good there. And the Bruins yet again pushing the tempo, coast to coast. Right in the corner there. Jamar Parkinson. Again. No good. And you're seeing there the length, the size of the Bruins really affecting the Colts. They're not able to get into their own inbounds.
That size has really changed the shape of this game from tip-off, basically.
It's been knocked off a Bruin. That's going to be a Colts ball. They've been getting the bounces, just can't seem to put the ball in the net. 32-10 is the score with 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Alistair Cole. Burton. Back to Cole. Over to Wilson in the corner. Wilson for three. No good. Fighting for the rebound of the Colts. Cole with the drive. Tough finish, no good. Handled by Edwards. 5 seconds. And that's the end of the first quarter. 10-32 is the score. Colts are struggling to keep up with this high-paced, high-powered Bruins offense. They're struggling. They're getting cut in the interior. They're struggling on the offense with turnovers. There's a lot to make up for, Sean. What can they do, really? Because the Bruins right now, it's their game to lose.
I think they need to create a game plan about how they're going to deal with the length of the Bruins on the interior. And I think the best way to do it is perhaps from the three-point line. I mean, if nothing's working inside, then someone needs to look towards perhaps bringing the game from beyond the arc, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more screens being utilized and for the shooters to try and roll off and get some open space.
A lot of isolation ball being played, you're right there. They need to move the ball around, get to that interior, because they seem to be shooting from the outside. It's a big problem. Colts have been struggling, only scoring 10 points in the first half. What can they really do to shut down the interior attack that's size? You've got Williams Ofori, you have Thompson getting into the interior. Thompson's only 6'4". He's not even the biggest player on the team.
So that's really when you have to be absolutely alert on defense, call out the rotations, slide over, be available for help defense, and just try and take the momentum away.
Colts were shooting at 18% in the first quarter, hoping to turn it around. Some new fresh faces on the court. Dish back around. Good rotation by the Colts. No good. Daniel Humphrey with a shot. Handled by Parkinson. Drive to the interior. Good take. And he's going to get what he wants. No bucket, but he's going to the line for two. That's going to be on Daniel Humphrey. That's going to be on Walashak Yusuf.
And that was a nice job. Again, just passing the ball inside and being able to take it and take it up strong and draw some contact.
This will be Jamar Parkin's first free throws. No good on the first one. Parkin, 6'1" from Mississauga. Hits the second. 33-10 to score with the second quarter with 9:30 left. Colts are going to want to look to get it going against this high-powered Bruins offense. Shot there by Cole. No good. Good hustle there by the Bruins to lock it down. It's Edwards. Dishes up ahead. Parkinson. Gumphy. Layup. That's good.
When you're shooting such a low percentage as Centennial are, it's kind of hard sometimes to shake that off and get some shots to fall. If they can get a few shots to fall, then it might start to change in their favor.
It's going to be Colts ball off of the Joshua McFarland miss toss there. Subbing in for the Bruins. Romar Subin. Off the inbounds, Colts are going to want to try and get it going. Looking to Kendall Wilson. No, they're going to dish it over to Cole. Good screen there. Taking it into the cup is Cole. Alistair Cole with a good take. Headed to the free throw line, earning his points the right way.
Cole does a good job of drawing the contact there, waiting for the defender to come over, and then going up and taking it up strong to draw the foul.
Cole having himself a season, 64% from the free throw line, averaging 17. That 1-2 punch of Wilson and Cole hasn't been super evident. They're trying to get that going.
And that's when Centennial can start to roll, is when they have that 1-2 punch that they've had basically through the season. If you can have another option, that opens a lot of things up for you.
Sloppy handling leads to another Bruins turnover. Colts are going to keep the ball moving. Over to Kendall Wilson for three. No good. Hustling are the Bruins to grab their own board. Handling is Parkinson. Fumbles it. Wilson with a steal to the interior. It's passes like that that are leading the Colts to having a little bit more turnovers. This is a very lackadaisical game, so to see.
Sometimes when things go bad, it just begins to pile up.
Dishing around are the Bruins. Shot there, no good. Although they kept their own shot back, Parkinson handling. Giamfi, no good. The Bruins keep hustling, holding on to their rebounds. Giamfi yet again. That's cash.
And the Bruins are just hungry for the ball right now. They've had second and third chances, and they're able to do that with their length inside and their rebounding.
McFarland, air ball. Pushing the envelope of the Bruins yet again. Parkinson. Shot. That's cash. Lamar Parkinson. Third year from Mississauga, averages about 2 points a game. Corralled by the Bruins. They're going to want to slow it down and play their pace. Another turnover there by the Bruins. McFarland. Oh, but he's rejected by Tremaine Hibbert, staying true to his almost close name of Roy Hibbert.
Hibbert there with all the effort to be able to chase the shooter down and gets a nice chase down block. As we look on the replay, here's the chase down block, and it's a thing of beauty.
Substitution coming in for both teams. Bailey Burton subs in for Centennial. Subbing in for Bruins, Norval Clayton. Handled by Audezenma. Subban, no good. That's going to bounce out of bounds, and that's Colt's ball. Now you're thinking, Coach Challenger is really going to want to challenge, no pun intended, his team to move forward. Should they be rotating the ball more? What should they be doing?
Well, that's how good offenses work. I mean, if you could rotate a ball moves faster than a defender does, as we're seeing with that opportunity just there. And that's a good shot that they should keep taking.
Zemma with a shot. That's good. Has to be a timeout called there by the Colts. It's a minute timeout. Score is 42-11. It's still tough for them. They got a little bit under a 30-point lead. The Colts are really struggling. You're seeing it in Alistair Cole. You're seeing it in Kendall Wilson. You're seeing it in Bailey Burton. Their top three players really aren't getting much on the offensive tip. What can they do? Should they look for other options?
Not to use the overused cliche, but at this point, they just want to take it one possession at a time, make sure that each offensive possession, they have a good look and they're getting something out of it. And perhaps if they do that, they can gain some ground here going into the half.
Worth noting that Sheridan did go undefeated last season, maybe showing a little bit more of that dominance they had last season. They are currently 8-1.
Sheridan knows what it takes to win, and when you have a program that knows what it takes, it permeates throughout the whole program, and I think we're seeing that here right now.
Good rotation by the Colts. Back to McFarland. Burton on the interior. Tries to dish to Wilson, but it's intercepted by a Bruin. Taking it all the way to the cup is Samuel Ozenma. No good, though. Stepped out of bounds by a Colt. It's Bruin ball. 6:21 left in before the half. 42-11. Oh, stuff there by Wallachuk Yusuf.
So Yusuf does a nice job of stepping up to his defender there, or stepping up to the shooter and taking that shot away.
You see the size there of Hibbert really taking over. Dish back out to the outside for three, no good. But Hibbert yet again dominating those offensive boards. Not one, not two. Well, yes, two. Two possessions there. Huge options. Hibbert's bringing them in.
When you have Hibbert having a game like this and knowing what he wants, you can't really stop a guy in that position under the basket like that, it's really hard to stop.
Hibbert averages about 6 rebounds a game. No good on either on the free throws. Farland handling. Double team there by the Bruins. Smart move there. Bounces it off a Bruin, but they're going to call it dead on the floor. Substitutions coming in for the Bruins. Subbing in is James Carlin.
The Bruins doing a nice job of pressuring even with this big lead.
Humphrey to Wilson to McFarland. Burton, good drive on the interior, and that's good. Bruins have been dominating the game. With easy play like that, that's a 3. No good. Subban just off. Zenma, dish to the interior. Carlin with the layup, no good. Tipped by Hibbert, no good. Burton corrals it. There's a little bit of a struggle. That's going to be Bruins ball.
So what we're seeing here is the Bruins.
Colts ball, sorry, excuse me.
The Bruins are really getting after it, and they're forcing second and third chances with their big men inside, and that's really tough to stop when those guys get rolling and with the position they're getting underneath.
Wilson subs out, Cole subs in for the Colts.
It's really tough on the other side.
13:43, tip there off Cole's pass. That's going to be a foul on the ground against the Colts. It's going to be against Joshua McFarland. Colts are getting dangerously close to the penalty. 4 team fouls already before the half. Inbounded to Zenma. Subban, Zenma. 2 games sticking between the Bruins. Looking in the interior. No, we're going to dish it around. Clayton, no good on the drive. That's going to be a foul there on Clayton. Looked like he reached around the back of Walashak Yusuf. Cole inbounds. Bruins playing what looks like a half-court press. That's going to be a block there on the Bruins. That tight half-court press is really going to force those Colts to rush that. It's good coaching there by Jim Flack.
It's really smothering the Colts right now, and that can be frustrating when you're having difficulty. When you're having a difficult shooting day, it can be even more frustrating when a team like Sheridan is coming up at full court or half court and just causing so much havoc.
Subban subs out. Campbell subs in for the Bruins. 14:43 is the score right now. No good there. Bruins corral the rebounds. Avery pushing the pace. Intercepted by McFarland. He's going to keep going. Dished over there to Cole. It was actually going towards Humphrey, but Cole leaned in, grabbed it for himself, thought, this is good enough for me. He's headed to the line for free throws. Showing that leadership there.
And that's what Centennial has to do. Try and get to the line. Try and get some drives. Consistently work it inside, even though it's difficult with the big defenders of Sheridan.
Humphrey subs out. Wilson subs in. Cole hits the first, not the second. Corralled by Hibbert. Edwards pushing the pace. Thompson with the J, no good. Crowded by Yusuf, pushed by Cole. Slowing the pace now at the Colts. Wilson handles to McFarland. Thought about it. Wilson to Burton. Over to Yusuf with a J. No good. Corralled by Carlin. 2 hands on it. Jamal S. Avery brings it up. Hibbert with a J. That's cash.
Tremaine Anderson.
And coming right back at them are the Colts. Yusuf, great layup there on the interior. Pushing it up is John Avery, making it look easy as he lays it over 2 defenders. 47-17, Bruins still lead by 30. Blind pass there by Wilson leads to the turnover. Carlin fumbles the pass. Wilson gets it back. He's going to take it to the cup by himself, and he gets it. Wilson finally getting himself going.
I'm really impressed with how tight defensively Sheridan still is. Oh, and there's a nice block there.
Good defense by the Colts. Looks like they're tightening up after a rough half. Hibbert subs out, Thompson subs in. You got that combination of Thompson and Campbell on the court for the Bruins. It's going to be tough for the Colts to handle.
Generally, when the team has this big a lead, we tend to see them take their foot off the pedal, but that's not what we're seeing here with Sheridan right now.
Campbell. Carlin. Back to Clayton. Shot by Thompson is no good. Cole handles. McFarland over to Wilson. The runner. Good arc on it, but just not enough as Clayton corrals it. Avery brings it up. Miss fumbled though. Cole. Yusuf laid it up with Carlin right behind him. Clayton fumbles it. McFarland handling. Resetting there. 47-21 is the score with 2:30 left before the half. Corralled by Thompson. Avery bringing it up the court. Strong drive. Ooh, little trip up there. Gonna be called on the floor though. That's gonna be on the Colts. Dangerous there, almost in the bonus there. I think the Bruins will be pushed into there for the 5th team foul. Yep, looks like the Colts are in the bonus. Both the Colts and the Bruins are in the bonus. Both teams are at 5 team fouls each. It's a very physical game we're seeing here.
Yeah, a nice straight line drive by Avery, able to get out in front of the defense, and he'll shoot 2, makes the first one.
Avery, a 55% free throw shooter. Bruins keeping the gas pedal on, 48-21. Make it 49. Burton inbounds to McFarland. Back to Burton. Cole back to Burton. We're trying to get past that half-court trap. It's difficult. Mahadi back to McFarland. Cole thought about it. Says, no, I'll go to the interior instead. Lays it up softly between 2 defenders. Nice shot there with the left. Bruins continue to push the pace. Campbell. Carlin with a J. No good. Rebounded by Burton. McFarland handles. Centennial been showing great fire here. Hopefully keeping the energy up. Wilson. Back to McFarland. To the interior. Lamondi, who dishes it out to Cole. Takes it up between 2 defenders. Gets the foul on Carlin. You can see the look on that Bruins face. He's not happy with that call.
Well, that play all started with McFarland with that pass into the interior, and then it was able to be kicked out to the corner.
Cole hits the first. 24-49 the score. 1:35 left before the half. Colts are having a bit of a resurgence there, led by Cole and McFarland pushing that pace. Substitutions coming in for the Bruins. Subbing out is Avery, and subbing in is Carlo Debria.
And it's the players we expected to step up. They're stepping up now, and hopefully they can lead Centennial back into this game.
It's going to be tough for Centennial to come back while fouling, as Carlin's going to be sent to the line. Also subbing in for the Bruins as well is Navdeep Diol. And subbing in for the Colts now. Taking out Cole, comes in Daniel Humphrey. James Carlin, the 6'4" forward center from Oakville, Ontario. No good with the first. He's a 45% free throw shooter. Good on the second. Colts are inbounding. That half-court trap is now turned into a three-quarter trap. They're going to want to watch that. Rotating the ball is going to be key here. And they break past the trap. Burton with the drive. Fumbles it. Collin grabs it. Campbell taking it. Thompson dished over to Debria. But Campbell corrals it after the missed pass. No good. Grabs his own rebound. No good. Grabs his own rebound. That's going to be off Mondi. That's going to be Bruin possession yet again. That's good hustle there you're seeing from the Bruins. Not letting up, even with almost a 30-point lead.
That's great hustle by the big man to get inside position and still be a force underneath the basket.
Sean, looking at these Colts, putting on your coaching hat for a few seconds, what would you do to corral the Colts, so to say?
I would say with a little more defense and a little more luck on the shots, because they've had a low shooting percentage and I really don't see that continuing. With a little more shots falling, I think they can get right back in this game.
55 seconds left before the half. Colts are keeping the ball rotating. Oh, dish to the interior, had a good opportunity, but chose to bring it back out. Debris with the tip, no good. McFarland keeps the handle. Ooh, missed pass there. Was intended for Burton, but headed for the baseline instead. 43 seconds left before the half. Debris handles.
That was a real missed opportunity. You want your offensive possessions late in the half to come up with the results.
McFarland handling. 26 seconds before the half. Burton. Wilson. Humphrey. Double teamed in the corner. Luckily got it to a Colt. Burton with a J. Just off. 12 seconds before the half. Bruins should look to hold here. 8 seconds. Campbell with the handle. And the soft floater, no good. And that's the half. 25-52 is the score. Bruins dominating for the first two quarters. Colts looking for answers. It's tough for these teams. Looking like the Bruins staying dominant as they were last season, and the Colts struggling.
So what we're seeing is one program who knows how to win, and they're comfortable in these games, and once they get a sense of they're about to take it to the next level, they just take it to the next level, and we're seeing some highlights. A nice chase down block there, and a nice shot, and Sheridan is really influencing how this game goes, and it's really dictating whatever they want to do, they're being able to do right now.
Absolutely right. More great hockey, more great basketball coming up soon.
When are we back?
Huh?
When are we back?
And welcome back from halftime to the East-West Holiday Special with the OCAA men's basketball. Josh Rawlings alongside Sean Togood, excuse me. And we've been seeing dominant performance by the Sheridan Bruins, really spearheaded by A.J. Thompson, his 8 points, as well as Jermaine Anderson, not Hibbert, really dominating the interior boards. 14 offensive rebounds for the Bruins. On the other side, Colts are struggling. Only one player in double figures, and that's Alistair Cole. Sean, are you seeing, hopefully, a change of pace in the Colts?
Well, in today's basketball, if you don't really have a three-point shot going, it's going to be a long day for you. So hopefully they can get that sorted out, and we'll see how this third quarter starts.
First shot by Sheridan, no good. Corralled by Wilson. McFarland handles. Over to Cole. To the interior. Layup. No good. That's going to be a goaltend, though. That's 2 points there for the Colts. 2 points there for Malashak Yusuf. Inbounded by the Bruins. Avery handles. Diol. Campbell. Back to Avery. Diol. Back to Campbell again with the J. No good for three. Rebounded, though, by Carlin. Bruins are keeping their offensive streak alive. Shot by Avery. That's good for three. 55-27 score.
Nice hustle on the rebound and a second chance. And a kick out to Avery for the wide open three.
Yusuf stopped. Avery got in the passing lane, tipped it, but bumped out of bounds. That's Colts ball. Alistair Cole on the inbound. Over to Wilson. Struggling a little bit today. Only 4 points. Passed right into the hands of Campbell. Taking it coast to coast. Nice Euro step move. It's going to be a block. He was in the restricted zone. No good there. Campbell's going to the line for two.
That Euro step reminded me of a little bit of Tony Parker on that one.
A little bit of Ginobili. Saw that there, yeah. A little bit of left to right. Campbell's been doing pretty well so far. 5 points for the field. 2 from 8 field goals. 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Campbell, the third year from Brampton. Having himself a day. Good on the first. 56-27 is the score. 8:53. Thank you for joining us just after half. Good shot there by Cole. By Campbell, excuse me. Colts have been struggling all game, trying to turn it around. And the Bruins utilizing that half-court trap again. But good dish to the interior for Wilson, who lays it up, trying to get it started. It's Kendall Wilson. Now up to 6 points. Campbell. Good dribble penetration there. Taking it all the way to the cup. Off the glass, no good. Yusuf dishes his head to Wilson with a nice behind-the-back move. No good on the layup. Tipped. I think it'll be Colts ball. Went off the hands of Nabdeep Diol.
It didn't fall, but some nice transition offense there to get out in the front court, to get out ahead and try and put that one in the bucket.
It's looking like Kendall Wilson and crew are looking to bring that fire back in the second half. Burton to the interior. McFarland. Good in-between play there by the Colts. No good by Yusuf. But progress, nonetheless. 8-10 in the half. Campbell. Avery with the J. Cash. It's Avery's second three-pointer since the half. Humphrey. Fumbles it. So does Thompson. Well, it's kept by Campbell. Turnovers were a huge issue for both teams, respectively. Colts with 9, and the Bruins with 7 in the half. So looks like there's going to be a foul on the play. Pushing the back by A.J. Thompson, so his basket does not count.
If Avery can get going, that's yet another option for Sheridan to go to.
Half-court trap by the Bruins yet again. But those Colts, they figured it out. They're rotating. McFarland open for the J. No good there. Corralled by Thompson. That's going to be a foul there on Yusuf. Thompson, that'll be his 5th rebound of the game. Avery handles. A little back and forth there between the Bruins. Good screen there by Thompson. Leading to a wide open 3. Nothing but net for Navdeep Deol.
And that bucket is made possible by the good solid screen that was set to allow him to get open in the corner.
That's Deol's first points out the 3-pointer. Travel there. Tough break there for the Colts after some great interior play. Looking like the Colts have picked it up. Coach Challenger must have challenged them in the halftime locker room.
It's all about the energy. They're able to get some of that energy back, and we're seeing it in some of the transition plays that they're making.
Avery trying to go 3 for 3 from the half, no good. Corralled by the Colts. McFarland after the dish from Wilson. Back to Wilson. Wilson thinking he can do it himself, pulls up, no good off the rim. Hustle there by McFarland, saves it. Yusuf handles. Good hustle there by Josh McFarland. Turnover there by McFarland. Avery over to Campbell. Wide open for the nice, easy layup. 65-29 is the score right now with 6:17 so far. Tough break there.
And McFarland made the hustle play to keep it in bounds, but he almost was out of control by the time he turned the ball over.
And Burton gets the point and the bucket. Well, gets the bucket and the foul. Headed to the line is Bailey Burton. He's got 4 so far. He's perfect from the free throw line, 2 for 2. Substitutions are coming in for the Colts. Looks like Parker Brooks is subbing back in. Didn't get much time in the first half. Only played a little bit. He started. As Burton completes 3-and-1 play.
That 3-point play was because of that nice interior pass that cut through the Sheridan defense.
Deol for 3, and the Bruins are coming out on fire from 3-point range after the half. That's their 3rd 3-pointer since the half has started. Colts trying to get something going. Humphrey, stonewalled. Over to Wilson for 3. Good. And they answer right back. They say, anything you can do, I can do better. Kendall Wilson. Campbell. Handling. Deol to Thompson on the interior. Humphrey played it a little too close to the chest. But Thompson fumbles the layup. No good there. Campbell with a dive. Nice physical play we're seeing from both teams. Humphrey over to Parker. No, Parker Brooks fumbled it. No good. Subs are coming in for both teams. McFarland subbing back in. And subbing in for the Bruins, Jamal Edwards as well as Justice Williams Ofori, taking off both Thompson as well as Campbell respectively. And Humphrey subbing out for the Colts.
The threes are starting to rain down here in the second half, and once they get going, teams can start to fall in love with the 3-point ball. We'll see if that happens.
Looks like the coaches and the referees are having a little bit of a discussion about something that's been occurring. Happens with the stoppage in play, Sean. We really got to talk about the Colts, because all game we were worried about them. We thought they could turn it around. It's a big deficit, but they could turn it around. And we're seeing them coming out firing, going from 3-point range, going to the interior, seeing the extra passes. Is this really what we wanted to see from the Colts, or can they do more?
I think this is what we wanted to see all game, and here we see some of the three-pointers that they've made, and it's really a question of bringing the energy defensively and offensively, and defensive energy leads to offensive chances.
That's absolutely correct. Deol on the post-up. Mismatch right there. Rotating the ball of the Bruins. They've been doing well since the half. Putting on the points is Carlin. Up, no good. Corralled by the Colts. McFarland pushing the envelope. Swing over there to Wilson. He's been feeling it. No good there. Fumbled by Carlin. Rebounded by the Colts. A little bit of a kerfuffle there. Looks like Burton's fouled. Is he heading to the line, though? It's going to be a push on Carlin. He's going to stay on the ground. It's going to be a 3rd team foul on the Bruins. They better be careful. Don't want to lead to being in the penalty before the fourth quarter.
And 4 minutes is a long time if they do become in the penalty, as every foul from there on in becomes a shooting foul.
Every foul counts, absolutely. Carlin subs out, Anderson subs in. McFarland with the handle. Lead to Burton in the interior, clustered. Saved by McFarland. Shot off kilter, no good, but rebounded by Yusuf. Shot just off the back as Anderson corrals it. Avery controlling. He's been having himself a half as well. Shot there by Edwards, no good. Bruins living and dying by the 3 this half. It's McFarland controls.
And they really need to get back to what was working, and that's driving the interior, using their length and their size to box out and control the glass.
Great finish there by Burton between 2 players. Looks like the Colts are fighting. They're fighting as hard as they can as Burton grabs the board, pushing the envelope yet again. It's Joshua McFarland. Over there to Brooks. Back to McFarland. Into Yusuf. Reverse layup, no good. Corralled by Justice Williams Ofori. Jump ball. This could be Bruins possession.
A nice pass there by McFarland to Yusuf. Yusuf just couldn't capitalize on the opportunity.
Yusuf subs out. Mahdi subs in. As well as Avery subs out. And Carlo Debria subs in. Speedster Carlo Debria pushing the envelope, just subbed in and says, hey, I've been sitting on the bench a little too long. Time for me to hit some points. Wilson fumbles the dribble, but as well, Navdeep Diol fumbles the easy steal there. Looks like a little bit of anxiety there. Saw the opportunity, was a little too excited, couldn't get the hands on it.
That's what tends to happen when running in transition. You want to have 2 hands on the ball and make sure that you have a handle on the ball.
Overplayed by the Bruins. McFarland left open, but no chance to capitalize. Mondi tips the ball out of bounds. It's Bruins ball. Sheridan's been playing well. 70-37 is a score. Some would say it's a blowout. Others would say it's an opportunity for a huge comeback. Anderson handles. Debria. He's been having himself a game as well. Good screen there by Anderson. Lays it up. And right off the get-go, 2 minutes into his substitution, Carlos Debria says, hey, I'm going to drop some points. 4 points already in a quick 2 minutes. Good steal there by the Bruins. Carlos Debria again pushing the envelope. Soft layup there, no good. Rebounded. Justice Williams Ofori. Nice, easy layup. 74-37. Brooks. McFarland. Burton cutting inside. Thought about it. Said no. But Burton gets it anyways. Block there. Good block there by the Bruins. Debria with the J. No good. Good rebound there. Justice Ofori. That's how you do it. And you saw that. Navdeep Diol grabbed that rebound, sent it back, then brought it back to Williams Ofori. Good rotation and movement there by the Bruins. Mahdi. Double teamed. Over to McFarland, who fumbles it a little bit. He's got it though. Good dribble move penetration. Good dish to the interior. No finish there by Mahdi. Second chance, no good. Tries to go for a third time. Yeah, he gets it. And he says, you know what, McFarland, your turn. Layup there. That's good for Joshua McFarland.
Some nice ball movement there, ending in the bucket by McFarland.
Good steal there by McFarland.
With the steal.
And the bucket. These Colts aren't going down without a fight with a $1:38 left in the third quarter. Debria with the handle. Keep an eye on Diol because he's going to get it. And he's got a lane. Pass it to the face of Anderson. Justice Williams Ofori grabs the board and lays it up for him. That's his 10th point of the game.
Sheridan once again swarming the interior.
No good there by Brooks. Edwards, coast to coast, and one. That's how you push the envelope. And Bruins getting everything they want. 80-41's the score.
Down the basket for Jamal Edwards.
Substitutions coming in for the Colts. Tevin Timothy subbing in. Whole new squad coming in for the Colts.
Foul call on Colts number 12, Kendall Wilson. First personal foul. 14 foul.
They're hoping that the bench can really instill some energy and give their team some momentum. If it's not working with the starters, then give the bench a shot.
Edwards gets the N1, pushes the lead to a 40-point lead. Timothy nearly slides there, almost travels. Bruins continuing their half-court trap. McFarland handles. Humphreys. Good pass over there. Timothy. Mondi. Good on the layup. Shot clock doesn't expire. Still good. Bruins pushing the fast pace yet again. Back to Justice Williams-Ofori. That's an easy layup there. That's his 12th point. Really providing that spark off the bench is Justice Williams-Ofori for the Bruins. Humphrey.
It just keeps coming in waves for Sheridan right now.
They keep packing it on. Absolutely right. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Edwards, coast to coast. Anderson fumbles a layup. No good. McFarland with 8 seconds left in the half. In the quarter, actually. Pushes it coast to coast, and Joshua McFarland is not giving up. And the haul there by Carlo Debria is no good. And we're seeing another dominant performance again by the Sheridan Bruins. 83-43, a 40-point lead, 40-point deficit. You hear that? That's a big number. Is it possible for these Centennial Colts to come back?
Well, we saw at the start of the half some energy from the Colts, and they were able to whittle down the deficit just a little bit with some nice interior passing and some nice transition offense. But Carlo Debria came off the bench, and it seemed that he was able to sort of get Sheridan back to where they were at the start of the game.
Big to mention before the second half concluded, first half concluded, excuse me, the Bruins were only 2 of 12 from three-point range, really packed it on from beyond the arc. Now, if you're the Bruins, you're up by 40. Do you put the gas pedal on and keep going, or do you lay off just a little bit?
I think there's still time to work on systems and work in a game scenario. So anything that you haven't worked on and you really want to polish up right now, that would be a time to do it. And to be fair, Centennial isn't really going away. Centennial is still giving maximum effort, and they're still fighting with everything they have right now.
Tough quarter there for Centennial Colts, but they're going to keep trying to push, and Coach Challenger is looking for his squad to rally around the leadership and strength of Joshua McFarland, who's really been pushing the energy and the envelope for the Colts. Bruins handling. That's going to be a reach in from behind by Monty. And just looking at the stats from the second half, 4 Bruins are already in double points. John Avery, A.J. Thompson, Carlo Debria, and Justice Williams-Ofori all packing a punch. Not the usual bunch that comes in and really dominates, but it's interesting to see how the Bruins have spread it around.
Well, that's how their offense operates. It's wave after wave right now. When one player isn't having a great time of it, another one steps up, and it's the next man up mentality.
Dead ball looks like it was off a Colt. Bruins possession. Oh, good dish into the interior for Edwards, and that's an easy 2 there. 85-43 is the score with 9:15 left in the final quarter. Humphrey. Mondi. A little back and forth between the two. Looks like they're setting up an isolation situation. Driving to the cup is Humphrey. No good. The long arms of Anderson are ever so prevalent.
And we got Anderson's name wrong in the first half, but with the way he's been playing defense, he could be a Hibbert, because he reminds us of Roy Hibbert of the NBA.
That outstretched strength with the blocking interior, absolutely. Good shot there by McFarland, no good. Corralled by Edwards. Fumbles it. Stolen by McFarland, and the easy layup there. No! Lost it. No good there. Edwards. Williams Ofori. Good post moves. Elijah called, said he wants his move back, but he's headed to the free throw line for 2.
Haven't seen that one for a while.
Haven't seen a dream shake in a while. It's a tragedy. It's one of the best moves for the post. Haven't seen it in a while. Subs coming in for the Colts. Parker Brooks, as well as Yusuf, subbing in. Coach Challenger. Justice Williams Ofori at the line, having himself a day, 10 points. He's 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Make that 1 for 2. 89-43 the score for the Bruins, the dominant lead.
And that is why they are first place in their division right now.
Their conference. They're dominating the conference, in the Western Conference.
My apologies.
Humphreys handling. Miss fumbles it, and that's going to be Bruin ball. Turnovers have been the name of the game. 21 turnovers for the Centennial Colts last quarter. Anderson subs out, subbing in. Solomon Giamfi.
Turnovers are really a problem because it limits the flow of your offense. Any flow that you could gain, any momentum, comes to a screeching halt with the number of turnovers they have right now.
Edwards no good, but Grant Lake with a good follow-up right there. And a warning is sent over to the Bruins. Coach Flack being a little too vocal for the referee's liking. 92-43 is the score. 7:58 left in the fourth. McFarland with the handle. Good two-man game there. No good on the layup, though. Good execution. Not a good finish. Bruins with the fast pace yet again. No good on the layup. Corralled by Yusuf. Atomi to McFarland. McFarland taking control of the Colts. No good on the runner. Parkinson. To Dubria. Oh, that's good for 3. Carlo Dubria having himself a game. 7:13 in the fourth. 95-43. Good defensive possession there by Dubria. Playing it on both sides as Parkinson handles. Fumbles it. He's got it back, though. Back to Dubria. He's going to pull up for 3 yet again. No good this time. Humphrey going coast to coast, trying. Good dish there for Brooks. Just a little too late. Subs coming in for both teams. Samuel Ozenma for the Bruins. For the Colts, Wilson, Bailey, and Cole. That trio, the three-headed monster, back in for Centennial.
You can't really blame Dubria for taking that shot, as he did have the hot hand. So you gotta feed the hot hand.
He just had one too. He just had one going. Just missed it just by a little bit. Speaking of Dubria, he's got it back in his hands. Over to Grant Lake. Reverse layup. Tough finish. Gets it. Walshock Yusuf picking up another foul.
Acrobatic finish there.
It's going to be Walshock Yusuf's third personal foul. 97-43 is the score. 6:35 left in the fourth. Javon Grant Lake, first time at the line. 4th year from Brampton. That's good. He gets the N1. Humphrey with the handle. He's been struggling with ball control recently, trying his best to avoid turnovers. Over to Wilson. Pulling up for 3. Yes. Dubria handling. Tip there by Humphrey. And outrage. Well, not really outrage. More frustration from the Bruins bench as the ball tipped out of bounds off of a Bruin. Some believe it was Cole.
Out of bounds is a really tough call for the refs to make. One of the other tough calls, of course, is the block charge call.
Cole fumbles it. Thought he got fouled. Played it clean there. Giamfi played a great defensive shot there. Did not hit him. Got his hands up. Colts possession still. They're feeding Wilson. He's trying to get hot, but Grant Lake sends it back. The Colts keep possession. Humphrey with the J. Yes. Debria handling. He's been the spark plug, but Wilson wants to be the spark plug for the Colts. Thought about pulling up for three, but passes it to Cole. But it's blocked yet again by Grant Lake, who pins it. Oh, my goodness. That's 2 blocks in the span of 2 possessions. Javon Grant Lake just not allowing it. Shrugging his shoulders, saying, it wasn't me. Classic Shaggy defense.
And we have 2 technical fouls handed out after some drawing from Grant Lake and the Centennial player.
It's been a very scrappy game, so to say.
Not in my house.
Not my house. Of course. Referees are still deciding what the call is going to be. A little bit of confusion going on here. Looks like the referees are speaking with Coach Flack. Going to be an inbound possession. Interesting series of events. Giamfi on the inbound. 98-48. 40-point lead by the Bruins. So the double technical is handed out. No shots, just possession. Back to the Bruins. Parkinson with the drive. That's a travel. Went up and then down. Parkinson not happy with the call.
Good job by Centennial sealing off the baseline. So Parkinson had nowhere to go on that one. He wasn't able to drive the way he wanted and was forced into a travel.
Centennial trying to get something going. Still down 40. Humphrey pulling up for a J again. Just off back rim. Grant Lake hauls it in. Parkinson going coast to coast, but stripped out of his hands by Humphrey. Good heads-up defensive play there by Daniel Humphrey.
And again, we're seeing the defensive effort, even with such a big deficit. Centennial is still working on defense and not giving an inch.
Parkinson was blocked, grabbed his own rebound and said, nah, not about this, but missed the shot. Bailey Burton, coast to coast. Lays it in softly. That's a man with finesse. 50-98 score. With 4:46 left in the fourth. Drive there by the Bruins. No good there. Bailey Burton corrals the rebound. And Cole with the soft layup. Grant Lake comes in from out of nowhere and bumps into him. Coach Challenger frustrated with the call. Technical awarded to the coach. Wasn't happy with the no call on the play as Grant Lake came flying in like a bat out of you-know-where. Frustrations are arising in the 38-point deficit. And a timeout's going to be called by Centennial. 52-98 score with 4:31 left in the fourth. Really physical, scrappy game. Get kind of chippy a little bit.
Yeah, and this is where we can see the chippiness. With a deficit like this, it's oftentimes that's when tempers start to flare. And we're looking at the three-pointers and some of the ball movement that we've seen. Transition offense has really been the key. There's the block, and then there's the drive up and in. So it's been a good game all in all, but with a deficit like this, tempers can often flare.
In the words of Drake, it seems like the Bruins don't take naps. They're really pushing the envelope, moving forward, keeping the gas pedal on. And one huge thing for the Bruins has been points off the bench. They've got nearly 40 points off the bench alone. Colts, respectively, only have 13.
Absolutely. So when the second unit can produce like that, there's really not a break for Centennial at this point. When the starters come off the floor, the second unit comes on with the energy and drive and pace and just takes it to their opponents.
After the timeout is paused, headed to the free throw line is Samuel Ozenma. Interesting. Many would have assumed that Grant Lake would have been headed there, as the technical was called in his favor. Technical free throw is hit. 99-52 is the score with 4:31 left. Centennial still has a chance to come back. Inbounding is Norville Clayton. Ironically, I played basketball with Norville. Nice guy. Ozenma. Driving. Samuel Ozenma says, yeah, this is my house. Drives all the way into the interior of the Colts. Centennial looking gassed, but not out of it yet. Daniel Humphrey to Mahandi. Wilson pulling up for three. Yes! Kendall Wilson refuses to go down easy. 2 dagger threes. Grant Lake responds with a dunk. Wilson, soft run over Grant Lake, no good. Thought he had a foul. Bruins still going. Full throttle. Subban, that's good. Humphrey with the handle, 105-55 the score, 3:30 left in the game. Shot there by Daniel Humphrey, no good. Rebounded by the Bruins. Good tight defense played there. But the Bruins find a way to get it moving. Ozenma, that's good. Parker Brooks with the handle for the Colts. Kendall Wilson's been lighting it up. Thought about it. Over to Brooks for three. No good. Air. Ozenma with the handle. Giamfi. No good. Grant Lake, perplexed. Didn't think he was going to get it. Said, yeah, you know what? No, I'll just put it in anyways. Daniel Humphrey. Colts are looking a little out of it with 2:40 left in the game. 55-110. Nearly a 60-point lead, I believe. Kendall Wilson for three. No good. Clayton. Ozenma nearly fumbled it. Taped out by Mondi, but no good. Substitutions are coming in for the Colts. Atomi, as well as Timothy, 7 in. For Wilson and Bailey. 2:26 left in the fourth. Ozenma with the handle. Pulls up for three. Why not? No good. Grabs his own rebound and then promptly fumbles it out of bounds. Inbounded by the Colts. Timothy with the handle. Humphrey. Driving to the cup. Dishes it back to Mondi, who is blocked by Clayton.
And all game we've seen the stifling interior defense of Sheridan, and we're seeing it right now with that block.
Fumbled there by Humphreys, leads to the steal by Grant Lake. Pushes it coast to coast. For three. No good. Looks like a foul on the Colts. As Norville Clayton is pushed from behind on the back. It's going to be possession or free throw. Colts are not in the bonus. I'm sorry, the Bruins are not in the bonus. So it looks like possession. Oh, my mistake. It looks like it was on a Bruin. Humphreys. Interesting to see that the Bruins are still full court pressing with a nearly 60-point lead. Humphreys. Timothy. Shot there by Brooks, no good. It's good to see the Colts are still grinding, still hustling, even with such a large deficit. Ozenma. Clayton for three. No good. Atomi. Timothy. To Humphreys. To Brooks for three. No good. off there just by a bit. Subban. Grant Lake. Good spin move there. Not off the glass, but Clayton grabs the board and cleans it up for them. Bruins are cruising to the victory, 112-53, with a minute left in the fourth quarter. Timothy with the handle. Screen coming there. Good two-man game. Pass was a little bit too far, out of reach for Hussein Mahdi. That's going to be Bruins possession.
And for Centennial, I think at this point, they're looking toward their next game and seeing what they can build on and take from this game and realize that there is another day and they can just build and get better.
Collision there between a Bruin and a Colt. Timothy comes a little knocked up. Looks like he got slapped in the eye. It's going to be a blocking foul there on the Bruins. 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter, 53-112. Bruins showing off why they went undefeated last season. Inbounded to Brooks. Good two-man game there. Back and forth. Matomi thought about it, said, yeah, that's pretty good enough. Lays it up and in.
And Centennial still fighting here with 25 seconds left.
Uzema picked by Humphreys. Going coast to coast. Uzema contests it, no good. Mahdi on the follow-up, no good there. Up to Grand Lake. He's probably just going to hold it for the final possession. And a good contest between the Bruins as well as the Colts, but a dominant performance by Sheridan, showing off why they were the undefeated seed. As the buzzer runs out, 112-55 is your final score, with dominant performances by A.J. Thompson, Carlo Debria, as well as some assists there from Navdeep Diol, Justice Williams-Ufori, as well as John Avery. That's a long list of Bruins that played good games.
And it really started from the tip-off with interior defense really setting the tone for the rest of the game and allowing Sheridan to get out in transition from their defensive stops, and that momentum continued for the rest of the game.
For Centennial, a learning lesson, but also as well, good rotation and some positives for them. After the half, they came out firing, did a great job about that. That's going to wrap it up for the Colts-Bruins matchup. I'm Josh Rawlings alongside Sean Togood. Thank you so much for listening and watching.